and max speed with Indeed. Their hiring solution platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates efficiently. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
The New York Times calls BritBox the best of British telly. Stream brilliant series you can only find on BritBox. Unlock acclaimed favourites like Vera and Stonehouse, plus the upcoming original drama Archie, the story of Cary Grant. Start a free trial at BritBox.com.
Staples has great prices on everything you need for back to school. Right now, a 24-pack of Crayola crayons and comic books are just 50 cents each, and select notebooks are just 35 cents each. In-store only offer ends through 26. Get 30. School on sale on at Staples.
Viking, providing all-inclusive voyages on rivers, oceans, and lakes around the world. Designed for curious travelers with interest in science, history, culture, and cuisine. Viking Chairman Torsten Hagen often says, Viking offers experiences for the thinking person, with no children and no casinos on board. Learn more at
Who wants to go there?
That's Viking.com.
No children and no casinos. Well, that don't sound like fun.
Progress ship arrived as planned late Thursday night. 2.7 tons of food, fuel, and supplies have arrived at the International Space Station. SpaceX was supposed to launch some 4 hours later with 4 new station crew members, but at a late-night meeting, mission managers called it off. NASA's Rob Davies describes the issues as nothing significant, but a couple of technical items that required a bit more analysis. And NASA's SpaceX will try to launch Saturday morning at 3:27 Eastern Time. Peter King, CBS News at the Kennedy Space Center.
That didn't take long. Former President Trump's campaign is cashing in on last night's surrender in Atlanta with new swag for sale, featuring his mugshot from the Fulton County jailhouse and the tagline underneath, "Never Surrender," which he did post to X after his release. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
But so many reasons.
Trump's mugshot photo on it, on everything from T-shirts and bumper stickers to even beer koozies. Morgan?
Justin Finch, Life Force in Atlanta. Justin, thank you. In the meantime,
the primary is sizable, and the hypothetical rematch with President Biden is neck and neck. Drew Petromo, NBC News, Washington.
And after leaving Georgia, Trump then flew to his private club in New Jersey. He posted his own mugshot on social media with the words, quote, "Never surrender."
Now to a developing story and a sad story here in our area. Newborn baby killed in Dothan and the baby boy's mother arrested and charged. Dothan police confirmed the arrest of 18-year-old Jacayla Williams, charged with capital murder. Police say she admitted to putting her live newborn in a trash compactor on Dothan's west side just a few hours after giving birth in her home on August 13th.
You could give the child up.
We were able to recover the load of trash that the baby was in. We recovered the baby's body. It has been sent to the Alabama Department of Forensic Sciences. I've never even heard of something so horrific as this. It shocks the mind, shocks the soul.
And police say she lied to her family, telling them she dropped the baby off at the medical center. They questioned her and took her back to the hospital in hopes of bringing the baby home. When the staff said that she was never there, they called police.
Coming up on 6:07 right now, and high school football season is officially underway. There were some games last night. WSFA 12 News reporter Bethany Davis is live this morning at St. James School in Montgomery, where the Trojan team is the reigning 3A state champs, and Bethany, a lot of anticipation leading up to tonight's big game.
BetOnline.net is your #1 source for all your sports wagering info with all the stats, news, scores, and matchups. Keep the latest game odds, live lines, and matchup reports at your fingertips. From baseball developed to chase training to preseason football, head to BetOnline.net, where the game starts.
Another very hot day on the way for your Friday. Temperatures top out around 100 degrees under a mostly sunny sky. Just a very slight chance of a shower or storm, but most everyone, like yesterday, will stay dry. Same thing for Saturday, 102. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. Just a slim chance of a shower or storm. A few more showers and storms Sunday, but still chances pretty low. Highs again around 102, and then we're back into the 90s next week. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Tigre for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Your Friday morning kicks off with no major problems or accidents. Nothing's being reported by the authorities that would send you on an alternate route. Check with the surrounding counties. They're clear as well. Interstate systems moving smoothly into the city. From Clinton, Albany, Greenville, no problems on 231 south out of Wetumpka, north out of Troy. It's back to school time at Premier Place. Shop Big Lots, Burt's Outlet, Michael's, GameStop, Lynn Mart, and more. Premier Place in Prattville, another great Clinton and Company development. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
Good morning, I'm Jed Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Friday. For the first time in history, a former U.S. president has a mugshot. Former President Donald Trump turned himself in to Georgia authorities. He was indicted on 13 felony charges, accused of trying to overturn the 2020 presidential election in Georgia. Trump was released on a $200,000 bond. He posted his mugshot on social media with the words, quote, "Never surrender." High school football is back. There were a few games Thursday night, but this is the first Friday night football fever. All games are pushed back to 8 o'clock tonight to deal with the intense heat. Look for all your highlights tonight on WSFA 12 to 10. Speaking of football, College Colors Day in Alabama will be September 1st this year. Governor Kay Ivey made the announcement to help her student mascot.
I got love on my heart. I don't know, but I've been told. All right, don't give me some water. Call it a day.
Without hesitation, I told my doctor I'm going to Dr. Brian Kelly with Regal Foot Care. I went to his clinic on Winton Block behind Baptist East. The staff was friendly and professional. I was in and out in less than 30 minutes. And in that short span of time, with a few simple observations, Dr. Kelly shed light on two major issues I had had with my feet and ankles all my life. I was amazed. Not only was the checkup quick and easy, I felt comfortable and informed. He even recommended certain running shoes that better fit the structure of my feet. And your insurance even pays for annual visits to a podiatrist to better your health. No referral necessary for most insurance. Hey, walk, crawl, limp, roll, any way you can get there, but see Dr. Brian Kelly at Greenville Foot Care. Call for an appointment 334-265-7585 or check out greenvillefootcare.com.
No representation is made as to the quality of podiatric services to be performed or as to the expertise of podiatrists performing such services.
The boys of summer are back, and it's time to butter up with Biscuits Baseball. The Biscuits are your place for fun all summer long. Check out biscuitsbaseball.com for all the day of the week promotions, including Taco Tuesday, Wild Military Wednesday, T-shirt Thursdays with Thirsty Thursday drink specials presented by Turtlebox Audio, Max Fireworks Saturdays, and Lil Crumb Sundays presented by Go Fit Alabama. For tickets and more information, visit biscuitsbaseball.com or call the box office at 323-BALL. Butter up.
Spending all your time indoors? You gotta touch grass, bro. Come see us at Sun South and check out the most bussin' John Deere lineup on the market. Other tractors are just so mid. Don't forget the drip. We've got implements to take your tractor from basic to bougie. It's giving fast. It's giving efficient. Time to enter your John Deere 3 Series era bestie because your initial service is literally on us. Sun South will be living rent-free in your head after hearing this, so come through. The vibes are immaculate. Sun South. Equipment for those that do.
Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Expires August 31st, 2023.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial.
Ben Shapiro.
The Ben Shapiro Show. Tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
And here we go.
Sometimes you need to reset. Refocus on your day. The moment where you take a breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine once again. Because if you can hear my voice, that means you made it. One more day on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. And of course, the first thing you should say is give thanks for still being here this morning, because it certainly didn't have to be. Certainly did not have to be. Good morning. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440 on your AM dial or newsradio1440.com on the internet. Or you can download our app, News Radio 1440. Okay, it's that simple. The only people who don't listen to me in the morning are those who don't even know I exist. And we're working on that right now also. Anyway, good morning. It is time for our daily bread, a word from on high, something that will change your perspective or give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. It is August the 25th. Our daily bread today is called What a Friend. Our scripture insight today comes from John 11:25 through 36. John 11:36 reads, Then the Jesus said, see how he loved him. Govern yourselves accordingly. And again, it is August the 25th, 2023. It is a day that has never been. It is also a day that once it is gone, you will never see it again. You don't get it back. You don't get to come back and do all the things you should have done this day that you don't. And you certainly don't get a chance to come back and undo the things that you do. You don't get a second chance. You don't get to summon it from the past. So whatever you do this day, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done with this day. You've been around a while. You've heard many, many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace and mercy and charity of God, we may, I'm not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day, August the 25th, 2023. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with them? Well, whatever we do, if you can, while you can, until you can't, reach back and give a helping hand to somebody else along the way. Benjamin Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say, if that is the standard by which you live life, you'll always be successful, because you are never a failure until you quit. We say, give out if you must, rest if you can, but you never quit, because quitters never win. And while winners may fail at a thing or two, they never quit. Good morning to you. It is a great day to be alive. We'll be back. What a friend. That's our daily bread for today, August the 25th.
Hey there, and welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Our reading titled, What a Friend, was written by John Blaze. It had been a few years since my longtime friend and I had seen one another. During that time, he'd received a cancer diagnosis and started treatments. An unexpected trip to his state afforded me the chance to see him again. I walked into the restaurant, and tears filled both of our eyes. It had been too long since we'd been in the same room, and now death crouched in the corner, reminding us of the brevity of life. The tears in our eyes sprang from a long friendship, filled with adventures and antics, and laughter and loss and love. So much love that it spilled out from the corners of our eyes at the sight of one another. Jesus wept too. John's gospel records that moment after the Jews said, "Come and see, Lord." And Jesus stood before the tomb of his good friend Lazarus. Then we read those two words that reveal to us the depths to which Christ shares our humanity. Jesus wept. Was there much going on in that moment things that John did and didn't record? Yes. Yet, I also believe the reaction of the Jews to Jesus is telling. See how he loved him? That line is more than sufficient grounds for us to stop and worship the friend who knows our every weakness. Jesus was flesh and blood and tears. Jesus is the Savior who loves and understands. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from John chapter 11, verses 25 through 36. Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live, even though they die. And whoever lives by believing in me will never die. Do you believe this? Yes, Lord, she replied. I believe that you are the Messiah, the Son of God, who is to come into the world. After she had said this, she went back and called her sister Mary aside. The teacher is here, she said, and is asking for you. When Mary heard this, she got up quickly and went to him. Now Jesus had not yet entered the village, but was still at the place where Martha had met him. When the Jews who had been with Mary in the house, comforting her, noticed how quickly she got up and went out, they followed her, supposing she was going to the tomb to mourn there. When Mary reached the place where Jesus was and saw him, she fell at his feet.
Water is
said,
actually good
Lord,
sometimes.
if you had been here, my brother would not have died. When Jesus saw her weeping, and the Jews who had come along with her also weeping, he was deeply moved in spirit and troubled. Where have you laid him? He asked. Come and see, Lord, they replied. Jesus wept. Then the Jews said, See how he loved him? Let's pray. Jesus, thank you so much for being the one who saves and for also being the one who shares our tears of both joy and sorrow. Thank you, Lord. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thanks for listening today. I'm Stephen Tabor, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Okay, it's Friday. It's time to rise and shine. You got the word. Now it's time to get up out that bed. Here we go. All the way. Gotta be rough and tough, airborne. Every day we run to the sun. No sweat, not yet. Down in the mess hall on my knees. We got nothing to eat but a can of beans. The bread was moldy and the meat was bad. Well, you know darn well that you can't eat that. You know darn well that you can't eat that. Come on now, let's get out of it. Let it go. Let the sheets go. Rough and tough. All the way. When I was young, I always wanted to be in the 82nd Airborne, knees in the breeze. And of course I was. I want to do it right. Jump from an aircraft while in flight. 80 deuce, baby. 80 deuce, Fort Bragg, North Carolina. I don't care what they call it now. It'll always be Fort Bragg to me. Drive it on. Like Fort Benning. Still Fort Benning. Parachuting boarded the plane. Jump master said 1 minute to go. Green light lead with a cheering blow. Come on now. Time to rise and shine. On the on. Drive it on. Drive it on. Drive it on. Here we go. All the way. Gotta be rough and tough. Airborne. All the way. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, now it's a Friday morning, which means on Friday mornings we give you an audio piece. I play this one all the time, but it is just so good. I can hear this at least once a day and change my perspective on everything. So, but today, you for those who haven't heard this, it is called "It Is a Great Day to Be Alive." All right, and once you hear this, then we'll take a break. We'll come back and give you the lessons of life and the word of the day. That's my attempt to. Oh, wait a minute. No, I got to do this one first. We got to do our armed force thing first, and then we'll do. It is a great day to be alive. Okay, so let's get this rolling. Okay. So anyway, now let's pay homage to all of our armed forces of these United States of America: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, as well as Space Force. Okay, Space Force. And now, as a matter of fact, we better make sure that our military is intact because we might do a couple of things. I can't believe we put a former president in a police department last night. What kind of crap is this? Is this one of those banana republics? I may have to go down there and re-enlist. I feel something coming. Anyway, good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. Although I will admit he should have given the documents back, but hey, we all got issues. But what we saw yesterday was a transgression against the Constitution of the United States. We looked like we was a banana republic yesterday. I can't believe this. I just can't believe it. How in the hell did she get authority? What kind of crap is that? I should come down here. I'm gonna have to slap her. I got my boots still shine. I'm just saying. My boots are still shine. Okay. My jump boots are ready to go. My wings are all shined up on my uniform. I'm ready to rock and roll, baby. Wait till I'm just waiting to get the call. I would have been to Atlanta yesterday, but I was busy doing something. I was going to go up there and protest. But I can't be driving on that freeway. And good morning to the Montgomery Sanitation Property guys down there. Hey, can y'all get it together down there? We love you, but y'all need to get them trucks fixed down there so we can get back to our #1 status in the country. I'm just saying. All right then. Good morning to the sheriff, the high sheriff of Derrick Cunningham of Montgomery County. Good morning to our police chief, Daryl Albert. The guy got 2 first names. I don't know where that came from. Okay. Hey, anybody see Albert in the box? Let him out. He's going to suffocate. Okay. Just a little humor there from my teenage years. We used to call drugs. Hey, you got Prince Albert in the can? The guy said, yeah, we got it. Let him out. Let him out. Okay. I probably don't get it. It's 2023. Don't worry about it. Their motto is Semper Fidelis, but they couldn't pronounce that. So they cut it short to Simplify. But whether it's Semper Fidelis or Simplify, it all means the same thing. Always, always faithful. The U.S. Marines. Anybody want to hear the story one more time? I can tell it. I don't mind telling it every day. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the Army, but I wanted that white hat. I wanted that white hat. I needed it. And them white gloves. White hat and white gloves. Oh, yeah. U.S. Marine Elkins. But it was not meant to be. But now I'm Airborne Elkins. Sounds better. Okay, got to take a break. It is 6:27 in the morning. We'll come back with It's a Great Day to Be Alive and other stuff that I normally do on Friday mornings. All right, then. Everybody feeling good? Feeling all right? Everybody's feeling all right? I mean, if you woke up this morning, you are in good shape because every day that somebody takes their first breath, somebody takes their last. So if you are here, my friend, you in some great company. Anyway, so we'll be back. Uno momento. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, siete, ocho, nueve, diez. Okay, I think I got all that. Anyway, that's all. That's the only Spanish I know. Well, I do know Buenos dias, buenas noches, and buenas tardes. So right now it would be when is this? And in Korea it would be Yobo Seyo or Hanya Hashimika, whichever one. I get them. I get those words mixed up most of the time. In Germany, it would be Guten Morgen. And then in China, it would be Shishi, which means thank you, but that's the closest thing I can remember in Chinese. I know. Do I know any little part of any other language? I don't know. I'll think about that and I'll come back. But since this is America, what's up? We'll be back.
A first alert weather forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by AC by LaQuire. AC by LaQuire is celebrating 40 years of comfort. They've proudly serviced the river region since 1983. Contact them for your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs. Visit
Over here,
for a list
over
of
there,
today.
we will something.
Another very hot day on the way for your Friday. Temperatures top out around 100 degrees under a mostly sunny sky. Just a very slight chance of a shower or storm, but most everyone, like yesterday, will stay dry. Same thing for Saturday, 102. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies, just a slim chance of a shower or storm. A few more showers and storms Sunday, but still chances pretty low. Highs again around 102, and then we're back into the 90s next week. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive. Family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Your Friday morning kicks off with no major problems or accidents. Nothing's being reported by the authorities that would send you on an alternate route. Check with the surrounding counties. They're clear as well. Interstate systems moving smoothly into the city. From Clinton, Albany, Greenville, no problems on 231 south out of Wetumpka, north out of Troy. It's back to school time at Premier Place. Shop Big Lots, Burt's Outlet, Michael's, GameStop, Lindemar, and more. Premier Place in Prattville. Another great for Clinton and Company development. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is major delay.
In the entire history of franchised esports, no team has had a sadder history than the Vegas Legion. For their entire history, they've been at the bottom of the Call of Duty League standings. Their situation looked hopeful last year when they signed multi-championship winner Clayster, but now they've lost it after offering the star player a laughably lower contract for the upcoming 2024 season. What a surprise, that didn't work out. Is there anything the Legion can do to improve?
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
You can host the best backyard barbecue. You find a professional on Angie to make your backyard the best around. Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Inside to outside, repairs to renovations. Get started on the Angie app or visit Angie.com today. You can do this when you Angie that. Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less.
Over here, over there, we will hit Dusty Trail, and those kids songs go rolling along. And it's high, high, hey, for the infantry. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's because they couldn't get a job doing nothing else.
Yeah, really, you can save a ton, like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51.
Hi, Mike Costanza with Chappie's Deli.
And this is Jeff Baranko with Chappie's Deli. Mike, don't you love our river region sights and things to do everywhere?
I love doing a Chappie's Deli commercial. Let's get started.
Hard to pick a favorite. So many great things to see.
Here's a crazy idea. Let's talk about Chappie's Deli.
What about the Robert Trent Jones Golf Course in Prattville?
Yes, right by Chappie's Deli Prattville in the High Point Shopping Center.
And Alabama Dance Theater, the Shakespeare Festival.
So close to Chappie's Deli, Perry Hill Road.
All the jogging and bike trails at AUM.
And Chappie's Deli Pepper Tree on Vaughn Road is right there.
The National Memorial for Peace and Justice.
Yes, and you may see Ryan Stevenson, not very far at all from the Baptist South Chappie's Deli.
Or visit in Auburn, David Housel's back booth at Chappie's.
Folks, wherever you are sightseeing, there's a Chappie's Deli near you. 5 locations: Perry Hill, Pepper Tree, Prattville, Baptist South, and
the annoying runny nose, the constant sneezing.
the itchiness, and battle just to catch your breath. If you suffer from seasonal allergies, sinusitis, or nagging sinus congestion, there's a natural, easy-to-use solution that can help provide fast, drug-free relief. It's called Navage, and it uses powered suction to rinse your nasal passages in seconds. Millions of people use Navage daily to help provide relief from seasonal allergies and sinus congestion. Medications treat the symptoms, but Navage treats the problem at the source, flushing out the allergens and pollen trapped in your nose. Navage also helps wash out airborne bacteria, dust, dirt, and viruses quickly and painlessly, so you can get back to breathing clearly again. Say goodbye to sinus suffering and hello to better breathing with Navage. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, CVS, Rite Aid, and online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, help.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
Chinese, the Russians don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 1440.
Over here, over there, there, over. Alrighty then. Good morning to you. It's 6:34 in the morning, and now we are going to my audio edition right here. It is a great day to be alive. A story of redemption, mistake, correction, and never giving up, no matter what the odds are against you. Never, ever, ever quit. Be back. Well, not really. Whoop.
You ought to be thankful that the Lord saw fit to wake you up this
morning in your right mind. Amen.
But what my grandmother was encouraging me to do was simply to be grateful for the opportunity. In spite of all that I have been through in my life, she just wanted to make sure that I understood the opportunity that I've been given. My life got started, it was a little rough start. I was born 2 months premature. My mother was walking up a flight of stairs, and she didn't know this at the time, but a woman she had an argument with earlier was standing above her holding a pot of boiling water. As my mom made her way up those stairs, that woman dumped that water onto my mom and sent her tumbling down the stairs into premature labor. She received third-degree burns to over 25% of her body. And when we were finally allowed to leave the hospital, as you can imagine, my mom was in a great deal of pain. Those burns just barely missed her face and covered most of the front of her body. So when we got home, she began taking a heavy sedative, pain medication to help her recover. When she took that medication, it was very difficult for her to watch me, so I would bounce around a lot. I'd stay with my mom for a little bit, and then I'd go stay with grandma, and I'd stay with some neighbors, aunties, and then back to my mother's house. I did that for the first 3 years of my life. When I was 3 years old, I was back at my mom's house, and I got into her purse, I found that medication, I swallowed everything in the bottle. When they found me, they rushed me to the hospital, and my heart would stop, and eventually I went into a coma. But because of that accident, because of that incident, the state of California, they did an investigation. And the conclusion that they came to was that it wasn't an accident. They removed me from my mother's home, and they awarded the state, and eventually I went into the foster care system. Shortly after I arrived to one of my foster homes, my foster mom, her name was Miss Alexander. Miss Alexander began locking me inside the closet with a light. She'd open the closet door, she'd kick me, hit me with a stick or a strap or whatever she had. It was while I was in that foster home that I was sexually abused for the first time in my life. And oftentimes people will ask, if that has to be the worst thing that could happen to someone. I have scars on my body that you can't see. I have a burn here in my hand that she put there with an iron. But all that pain went away. The worst thing that Mrs. Alexander would do is she would open the closet door, she would stand over me, and she would say, "You're stupid, and you ain't gonna never amount to nothing." And that hurt me more than any of the physical kicks or the physical pain because I believed it for a long time. I believed that I would never amount to anything, just like she said. I didn't know this at the time. I found out a little bit later, but my grandmother, my hero, she had started going back and forth to court, trying to prove that she could take care of an active, handsome little boy. And eventually, the state of California, they granted her full custody of me. And I'll never forget standing on Miss Alexander's front porch waiting. She had my little belongings, everything that I had. I remember standing there, and it may have only been a half an hour, but it felt like an eternity. And I can remember thinking maybe no one's coming. But after a while, at the end of the block, I see the ugliest car I've ever seen in my life. And the car pulls up right in front of the porch. And I remember all I could see are these two big glasses, bifocals. I found out later that Grandma had glaucoma. She wasn't even supposed to be driving. But she gets out of that big car and she's got on this white floppy hat with this, it was a flower right there in the middle. And I remember she had on this long white dress that came all the way down to her ankles. And I found out later that, that was Grandma's Sunday best. It was an outfit that she only reserved for special occasions. And I can remember for once in my life feeling like I was on a special occasion. I remember jumping into Grandma's arms and squeezing her, and I remember her whispering and saying to me, "Everything's okay. You're family." And everything was okay, just like Grandmother said. And I had a lot to look forward to. I found out that my mom was going to court trying to prove that she could with me. And I can remember sitting there with my mother, and we talk, and we had a lot of different conversations. One thing I can remember saying, "Mama, one day when I get big, I'm gonna buy you a nice house with a fireplace." I said, "Mama, one day I'm gonna buy you a nice car." Not like Grandma, so get you a nice one. But the truth is, I just really wanted to become a family again, and that's what I look forward to. When I was 12 years old, I was asleep on my grandmother's floor. It was about 4 o'clock in the morning. We get a knock on the door. It was my mom's roommate. Miss Howe, come quick." Miss Howe was my grandma. She said, "Come quick, it's Ruth." Ruth was my mom. She said, "I can't wake her up. I think she's dead." And I can remember laying on that floor, kind of wishing hoping that it was maybe a dream. But it wasn't. And that's how I found out that all the hopes and dreams and things that I had to look forward to weren't going to happen. I became very angry. I became confused. I was hurt. I didn't really understand what was happening. I started acting out, hanging out with wrong people, breaking into houses, started stealing cars. I can remember not really caring what happened to me. I continued that behavior until I was 19. When I was 19, I found myself standing in front of a judge. I was handcuffed. I had a chain around my waist, and my handcuffs were attached to that chain. The judge looked at me and says, "The state of California sentences you to 15 years in prison for armed robbery and assault." That day, when that door closed behind me for the first time as a convicted felon, I remember standing in that empty cell. I remember my knees started to get weak and they started to shake uncontrollably. I collapsed and I fell to the floor. And I just started crying alone. I can remember hearing voices. I heard the voice of my foster mom saying, "You're stupid, and you will never amount to nothing." I heard the voice of family members and friends of family that said, "That boy's gonna end up just like his father." My father was a career criminal. He died in prison. I can remember laying there thinking to myself that this is where I'm going to die. But here's what happened that would change my life. Shortly after I arrived to that prison, there was an educator there. His name was Charles Lyles, 6'3", ex-Marine. And I don't know what it was about me, but every time he saw me, he'd say, "Hey, Mr. Humphrey, He has a big smile on his face, a smile that my kids would say, that's creepy. But he smiled and he said, hey, Mr. Humphrey, how you doing? He always called me Mr. Humphrey. He gave me that respect. He walked into my cell. He looked at me. He said, Mr. Humphrey, he says, prison doesn't have to be your life. He says, you can get out of here and you can do great things. He started to walk away, and before he walked out of my cell, he turned around one last time. He says, Mr. Humphrey? I said, yes, sir. He says, I believe in you. He walked out of my cell. And if he had continued to stand there, he would have seen the tears running down my face because no one had ever said that to me. But I remember thinking to myself, I'm going to make some changes, and I'm going to change my life. And a little over 4 years after the day I originally collapsed and fell to the floor, I walked out of that prison on parole. That was over 18 years ago. I've never been back other than to mentor and help other people. But here's what I know. I know that when you've had a rough life, when you feel unwanted, I know that when you have hopes and dreams and when you have things that you can look forward to, and when you have people in place that support you and push you, I know that that gives you a reason to live. It is a great day to be alive. And that's something that I haven't always said, but now it's something that I say to myself every single day at some point. If I'm having a great day or a bad day, that's something that I say. But what I also understand is that what my grandmother was thanking her higher power for each and every day was for the opportunity that she'd been given. And she never missed an opportunity to tell anyone that would listen, especially me, it's a great day to be alive.
It is a great day to be alive. Whenever I get down a little bit or things not going right, I listen to this. And it's a story of redemption, hard times, disappointments, failure, but it comes full circle. It comes full circle. And you can come full circle also if you just put your mind to it. And like the old folks used to say, put your foot to the plow, as it were. Never give up, never quit. Keep on moving forward. And every once in a while, ask for some help. Okay? Because every once in a while in our lives, we all need some. Even a big paratrooper like me, every once in a while, you need a little something, somebody to kick you in the butt to let you know it ain't all bad. All right. Anyway, good morning to you. All right, then. It is time for Lessons of Life and the Word of the Day. Now, the Word of the Day is a word that I cannot attribute to most of my Democrat friends. Okay, it's a word that if they ever become familiar with this word and its meaning, they'll probably change parties overnight, or not belong to any party. Either way it go, it'll still be okay. But anyway, it's an interesting word. It is an explanation or reason for something said or done. Okay, that's right. This word means an explanation or reason for something said or done. Okay, right. And some say they're done. So what is the word? Because I every time I talk to my buddies out there, especially Democrat, why are you a Democrat? Well, my mama was. So that's them. I'm talking about you. Why you want? Yeah. See. Okay. And so what's the word? Okay. I want to get to this right in a second. It is called rationale. Being able to explain why you do what you do, why you are what you are, at least think you are what you are, rationale. 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 Okay? It is an explanation, a reason. And so most of my Democrat friends, can't explain why they are what they are. It's out of tradition. Tradition. Okay? Tradition. And let me tell you something. And the reason, and I say, well, all the Democrats were congratulating themselves for having the former president of the United States booked in a jail. Well, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is what Democrats don't realize. This is what they don't realize. If they can do it to him, they can do it to you. And there's an old story about there were three of us sitting on the beach, and all of a sudden I looked around, wasn't nobody else for me. So whatever happened to them is possibly going to happen to me. I'm just saying, y'all might want to think about that for a second, okay? I'm just saying. Anyway, I didn't ask for no calls this morning, so y'all hang the phone up because I got things to do here. I ain't got much time to get it done. All right. Now, what is the lesson of life today? Unless you want to hang on there. No, I only got 10 minutes left. You ain't gonna make it. Lesson of life today is an interesting one. Okay, and it is one that we all would have to fight with at some point in our lives. We will be confronted with this somewhere in our lives, and we have got to make a decision. Somebody said when you see and hear the truth, you actually have two choices. You can accept it. Thanks, Steve, for give me that one. Accept it or reject it, but that doesn't change it. Okay, that doesn't change what truth is. And what is truth? Truth is what is real, incontrovertibly real. Truth has no moral context to it until it is lied upon. The truth all in itself has nothing to do with right or wrong. But only when you lie on truth, then you have a moral component. Okay? But here's the deal. Truth that is comfortable, is still truth. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you do not want the answer, do not ask the question. And that is the lesson. You see, most of our lives, listen, we know when we're doing wrong. So we already know what the answer is, but we like to ignore it. Okay. I'm saying we know this, we know. We know when we're doing something wrong. We know. So we try not to ask ourselves the question while we are engaged in our little traverse. We're engaged in whatever it is that we're trying to do. We're trying to ignore the question. Is this wrong? We know it already is, but we don't want to deal with the question. So truth that is uncomfortable is still truth. So if you really don't want the answer, don't ask the question. Because if you ask the question, somebody will answer you. And you may not like the answer. Anyway, good morning to you. Hope this day finds you well. It is August the 25th. It is the 237th day of this year. And believe this or not, there are only 128 days left in the year. It was on this day in 1718, hundreds of French colonists arrived in Louisiana with some settling, which is now the present day New Orleans, or the New Orleans. Yeah, that's what New Orleans. Okay. In 1916, President Woodrow Wilson signed an act establishing the National Park Service within the Department of Interior, and that's when some of our troubles began. 1921, the United States signed a peace treaty with Germany, like we like to say, us folks who've been there for a while, Deutschland. Okay. In 1944, during World War II, Paris was liberated by Allied forces after 4 years of Nazi occupation. Y'all do know that the United States wasn't here. The world map will look a lot different. Do those folks understand that? Okay, I thought so. 1965, former baseball player turned Dr. Archibald Moonlight Graham, who briefly played only one major league game for the New York Giants, died in Chisholm, Minnesota at the age of 87. In 1967, George Lincoln Rockwell, founder of the American Nazi Party, was shot to death in a parking lot of a shopping center in Arlington, Virginia. Wrong place to be a Nazi. Former party member John Pather was later convicted of the killing. In 1980, the Broadway musical 42nd Street, which is actually a good play, actually. No, I haven't seen it. I just heard about it. So it may have been not getting a good play. I don't know. Anyway, producer David Merritt stunned the cast and audience during the curtain call by announcing that the show's director, Gover Champion, had died earlier that day. In 1981, the U.S. spacecraft Voyager 2 came within 63,000 miles of Saturn's cloud cover, sending back pictures of the data about the ringed planet. Well, at least they're not Pluto, because they sent a message up to Pluto telling Pluto, we're not going to call you a planet anymore. We're going to call you a dwarf planet. Okay, and like I said yesterday, well, wait till Pluto starts heading this way and see how dwarf it is. I'm just saying, you might want to send them back, you might want to send them a text up there. 1993, Amy Beale, 26-year-old Fulbright scholar from Newport Beach, California, was slain by a mob near Cape Town, South Africa. The 4 men convicted of Beale's death claimed that the attack was part of the war on apartheid, and they were granted amnesty after confessing the Truth and to the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Okay, killing people is going to do that. Okay, 2001, rhythm and blues singer Aaliyah was killed with 8 others in a plane crash in the Bahamas, and she was only 22 years old. In 2004, an Army investigation found 27 people attached to an intelligence unit in Abu Ghraib prison near Baghdad either approved or participated in the abuse of Iraqi prisoners. And I've always said, you don't want to become like your enemy, then that makes you just like them. 2017, Hurricane Harvey, the fiercest hurricane to hit the U.S. in more than a decade, made landfall on this day near Corpus Christi, Texas, with 130-mile-an-hour sustained winds. The storm would deliver 5 days of rain, totaling 52 inches, the heaviest tropical downpour ever recorded in the continental U.S. The hurricane left at least 68 people dead and caused an estimated $125 billion in damage in Texas. And it was 14 years ago that Senator Edward M. Kennedy, the liberal line of the U.S. Senate, died at 77 in Hyannisport, Massachusetts, after a battle with brain tumor. President Barack Obama announced he wanted to keep Ben Bernanke as the chairman. South Korea's first rocket, the Naro 1, blasted off into space and ended up falling back to Earth. A judge in Los Angeles sentenced Chris Brown to 5 years probation and 6 months community labor for beating his girlfriend Rihanna. See, he had the wrong woman. See, he had the wrong woman, because the right woman, I had one of my wives tell me one time, listen, I'm just gonna let you know. I said, what's that? If you ever hit me, I'm gonna kill you. Okay then. I mean, we squared that away right up front. I didn't hit nobody. Hell, I didn't even get mad at her. I'm just saying. That's the way to handle that situation. If you hit me, you touch me, I'm just gonna kill you. Okay, that gets that gets you. That makes you think about 14,000 times before you do it. 9 years ago, a funeral held in St. Louis for Michael Brown, the unarmed 18-year-old shot to death by police officer in suburban Ferguson on August 9th. At the Emmys Award, Modern Family won the Best Comedy Series for a 5th time, while the final season of AMC's Breaking Bad captured top drama. I think this was more than 9 years ago. But anyway, Breaking Bad was pretty good, though. Let me see. Anything else? Oh, that's it. All right, what day is it? What day is it? It's Kiss and Makeup Day today. National Banana Split Day. I can live with that. National Park Service Founders Day. I'm good with that. I got it. National Secondhand Wardrobe Day, like I wear all the time. Yeah, most of my shopping. See, here's what I figured out. If you're going to wear pants with holes all in them, tore all up, why not just go to the Salvation Army or a thrift store and get the same pants for like $3? Okay, inflation went up, maybe about $5, but why pay $50, $60, $70 for a pair of pants that's toe up? Only in America can we get people to do that. We set the standard. Everybody, I mean, seriously? Really? Just find an old pair of pants in the closet, tear them up, put a price tag on it, and act like it was there. You didn't see it. And put a price tag like $200 on it or something like that. I mean, I don't understand why people do it. Anyway, National Secondhand Wardrobe Day. Moving right, Uruguay Independence Day, the National Whiskey Sour Day. I don't know what that is, but I know it's probably got whiskey in it. All right, here's one. Here's one. Be kind to humankind this week. That means be kind to the people that you run into. I mean, they might not act human sometimes, but they are. Yeah, they're good. All right. Anyway, that's enough for the first hour. We're gonna find something else to do here when we come back. A lot of things to talk about today. Some we talked about already, but some need talking about again. Okay. Did you hear the one about the child that puts her child in a trash compactor? Mm. Ooh, I'll get you. Anyway, okay, well, we'll be back. Momento. I gotta get a cup of water, and what I need is a bowl of grits and butter and cheese. Does anybody make those anymore besides Waffle House? Okay, I just got Davis. Davis. I can say good. Do they deliver? Can somebody give me a DoorDash and bring it here? Yes. Oh, well, yeah, I'm all for about 5 or 6 minutes. So can you call me back? All right. This is who again? Oh, well, how you doing? Okay. Of course, we're not on the air right now, so I'm on a news break, which is going to last about 6 minutes. You call me back when we put you on.
News Radio
Okay.
1370, WLWI the home of the Dan Bongino Show.
That's what I need, some fish and cheese in.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Former President Trump has a new title, inmate P01135809. After he was booked at Atlanta's Fulton County Jail on 14 counts, including racketeering in Georgia's election interference case. Correspondent Nicole Killian. This height was reported at 6'3" with a weight of 215 pounds. The former president used a local bail bond company to cover his $200,000 bond before flying back to New Jersey. CBS's Robert Kaplan.
It's just a surreal moment for American democracy to have a mugshot of the former president.
His campaign is selling the image on T-shirts, mugs, and beer koozies. Mr. Trump blames his legal troubles on political rivals.
Interfere with an election. There's never been anything like it in our country before. This is a way of campaigning.
In Southern California, say the government who killed 3 people in a random biker riot with a former officer from this morning who drove all the way from Ohio to confront his estranged wife. She survived after she was shot in the face. Evans from LA.
The sheriff says Maurice Melvin is now conscious and speaking. Her status seems to be improving somewhat significantly.
I was alone, so I was very scared.
Bass managed to escape to a nearby fire station.
I lost my daughter less than a year ago. I took care of my grandchildren, and I kept thinking, I was so close to being gone and not there for them as well.
A gunman died in a shootout with police. Administrators at a school district in Florida have apologized for an assembly that singled out some students.
The principal and a teacher at an elementary school in Vanell have been placed on leave after black students attended a PowerPoint presentation on low test scores.
This should not have happened.
The shock of all is interim superintendent of Zachary County Schools.
Why an assembly of this style was chosen, I'm not sure, but I am confident that that is likely going to come out.
Crusader said yesterday.
We're expecting results of a strike vote by the United Auto Workers Union today.
The workers are expected to overwhelmingly authorize a strike. While that doesn't mean there will be one, Cornell labor expert Mark Wheaton says it's going to be hard to avoid. I'm still in the camp believing there will be a strike at it. One of the automakers come September 14th. Auto workers want big raises, cost of living increases, and a return of defined benefit pensions. Jeff Liberty's CBS News, Detroit.
Will fall out from the Hollywood strikes. Warner Brothers is delaying the release of 3 big budget films, including the Dune sequel. This is CBS News.
If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Their end-to-end hiring system helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all in the same place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
New York Times calls BritBox the best of British telly. Stream brilliant series you can only find on BritBox. Unlock acclaimed favourites like Vera and Stonehouse, plus the upcoming original drama Archie, the story of Kevin Elkins. And a free trial at BritBox.com.
Staples has great prices on everything you need for back to school. Right now, a 24-pack of real appointments and comforts are just 50 cents each, and select notebooks are just 35 cents each. In store only offer ends 8/26. You're 30. School on Staples.
Viking, providing all-inclusive voyages on rivers, oceans, and lakes around the world. Designed for curious travelers with interest in science, history, culture, and cuisine. Viking Chairman Fortune Hagen often says Viking offers experiences for the thinking person, with no children and no casinos on board. Learn more at Viking.com. That's Viking.com.
The Lakers honor a legend. The Lakers will unveil a new statue honoring Kobe Bryant soon. Bryant's widow, Vanessa.
I'm so honored that right in the center of Los Angeles, in front of the place known as the house that Kobe built, we are going to unveil his statue so that his legacy can be celebrated forever.
Bryant will be the 7th Laker to be honored with a statue at Crypto.com Arena, joining the likes of Magic Johnson, Shaq, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The statue's unveiling is set for 2/8/24, a combination of Kobe and his daughter Gigi's jersey numbers, died in a helicopter crash in 2020. Monica Ricks, CBS News. An eccentric accessory from a popular movie is hitting the auction block. A veil with a bright blue taxidermy bird on the side that Carrie wore to her Scotch wedding in 2008's Sex and the City movie was designed in the 1800s and features preserved parts from a bird of paradise. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the
We're
free app.
having Friday Irish Victory March.
Search for your It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Okay.
ESPN.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. You got to be from South Bend to understand this song. So, okay. It's about that time, baby. It's about that time. I know this is not the sports show down the hall right there, but you know, hey, when you're from South Bend, Indiana, what is there? What else is there to say? Go Irish. Okay. Shake out the thunder, take out the flame. What through the old Notre Dame. We'll win for loyal son and on to victory. Okay. Cheer for old Notre Dame. Wake up the folks cheering her name. That's right. That's right. Okay. I'm getting homesick now. I'm just leave that alone. I'm getting homesick. I got somebody on the phone. I don't see who this is. Good morning and thanks for waiting. How you doing? people say that women don't listen to the elk dog. That's right. They do. Because they like listening to a real man first thing in the morning. You still there? Did we lose you? Oh, come on. Okay. No, I guess we lost her. Still there? I can't hit your phone going off, but anyway, so what's on your mind? Oh, I didn't know there was on the ring. I didn't know it was coming up. Well, you're gonna have a battle in front of you on this one. Well, that's good. Yeah. Now, I'll ask you the same. Right. I'll ask you the same question that I ask people sometimes. What is our current probate judge not doing that you think could be done better? Hello. Yeah, yeah. So what is our current probate judge doing wrong that you think you could do better? Mm-hmm. 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 Mm. But now, isn't some of that responsibility up to the citizen? If they do send you, they send you a couple days before the voting starts, they send you a card from the county that tells you every place that you're supposed to vote according to the information that they have on you. So is that the probate judge? Would that be your fault, anybody's fault if you didn't look at the card? Yeah, right. Mm, mm-hmm, mm, mm. Well, I can tell right now it is going to be an interesting run for that job. But again, mhm, okay. Listen, but you are doing one good thing. That's starting early because as some people learned in the last election the other day, you can't wait 30 days out and start running. You got to start now, baby. Start now. All right. Well, appreciate it and good luck. 860 Okay. All right. We got competition already. That's going to be a deal to climb. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Good morning, Mr. Ed. All right. Okay. Good morning. I don't know what you're listening to, but you're listening. You need to turn that off, whatever it is that you're listening to, because there's a delay. It may be time for you to give another time. Okay. He can't hear me, but I can hear him. All right. Good morning. Hope this day finds everybody well. Well, we had an election this week, and not too many. Not too. There was only one surprise that surprised me. Well, I don't know why I'm surprised because the Democratic Party showed their their ugly head of the weekend. If they believe that if they don't agree with you, if you don't agree in lockstep and barrel with everything they say, then you must be a Republican. Okay, and so they bashed Audrey Graham about to and fro with this. He's a Republican. So all black people, this is what I'm saying, all black people, supposed to think exactly alike. Okay. Now, no, I don't believe so. But however, they so that I got a word for this, but I can't use it on the radio because some of y'all will be offended. So I just won't use the word. But they did the same thing to William Green that they did to her. You know, like nobody was running. No, and that's the stupidity of group think because nobody was running as a Republican or a Democrat in this last race. Look, all you gotta do, boy, throw the word Republican for the black folks and not knowing, and them folks not knowing that it was Republicans who helped free the brothers and sisters. If it was up to the Democrats, we'd have still been picking cotton, okay, and counting marbles at the polling place. I'm just saying. And anyway, 860-1414, number here, you can start getting in your mind. Let's see here now. Good morning, who's this? Okay, good morning again. Must be your phone. I can hear you now. Oh, okay. Ed, please. Say what you got to say. We ain't going to agree on this, so just say what you got to say. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. All right. All right. Appreciate you. 860-1440. How do I get this? All right, there we go. Good morning. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Throw off the ballot because people don't realize you are not a Democrat or a Republican unless you belong to the party. So you don't make the rule. They threw it right. They threw them in the trash. So, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. No, that's right. They don't because it's not our party. It's yes. No. Yeah. Right. 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 Yeah. It's and that's why they call it the Democrat and Republican Party. And you're not invited. And you're not invited. All right, appreciate it. Oh, somebody gets it. Somebody gets it. That's right. But I learned from the Sabrina Martin and the Fernando Morgan race the hard way about the politics of Democrats and Republicans, and you're not invited to make the decision. Good morning. Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah. Listen, that don't bother me at all. What? Wait a minute. Hey, let me ask something. Let's say, let me ask you a question. Wait a minute. Let's say you and I were overseas. Wait a minute. I don't know. I, I yeah, listen. The last word in this has not been spoken yet, and I know when the Supreme Court gets this, it's going to be dumped. Yes, sir. I, 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 I can't tell you. I don't know. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. You know what amazes me here, though? Now, here's what I mean. Wait. I don't know. I don't know what the numbers are in reference to. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Yes, sir. Hmm. Hmm. And I'm one of those. I'm gonna still vote for Trump. Yes, yes, yes. And all of them ought not go to prison. No, he gonna pardon himself. Right, right. Now let me ask you a question. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. I want to see if you can be honest. Do what do you believe? Well, I don't know. I don't know what those numbers are referenced to. But I will ask you this. Well, wait a minute. I'm gonna see if you're gonna be honest. Do you believe there are many people? Wait a minute. Do you believe there? Yeah, I don't know the. Well, I don't know what those numbers are referenced to. I don't know what those numbers are. Hopefully, they're the lottery numbers. Yeah, yeah. Now let me ask you a question. Yeah, it is. The Democrats have theirs, and the Republicans have theirs. It is. It ain't. It's not one. It has never been one. That was supposed to be. Yeah, yeah. I think they do. I think they do. Their right hand ain't holding much weight no more. But wait, hold on. Let me ask you this one question. Do you believe in this country there are many people in prison and in jail that don't belong there? Okay, then. Trump is one of those who got indicted unfairly, two-tier system because they don't like him. Yeah, bro. Unfairly. The Democrats are in charge of the court system right now. Yeah, yeah. Well, there, you have a right to inquire about election results. You have a right to do that. Okay? Yeah, I hear you. Okay. All right, we'll go from there. We're gonna win one way or the other. We're gonna win. Okay. 2 to 3 in the morning. We'll be back. You have a right to inquire about results. When Clinton was doing it and Hillary was doing it, nobody tried to put her in jail. Said she was trying to steal an election because there's a two-tier system, and that's just the way this country is these days. That's just the way things are. Been that way for a long time. But then again, I got a party that thinks that men should play against women in their own sport. So hey, I'm getting justice. That's not even on the plate. We'll be back after this. And I tried to get to Atlanta yesterday to protest, but I have enough money for gas. That's the only reason I wasn't there. I'll be at the next one though. We'll be back. Okay, today's music has been brought to you by 1979. Where were you at in 1979? What were you doing in 79? Oh, yeah. Yeah, what were you doing? End of the 70s. Yeah, that's where we were. Anyway, good morning to you. Our numbers are 860-1440. You can text me 241-9998. If you don't want to hear your sweet voice on the airwaves, who was first here? Okay, this guy right here. First, good morning. Who's this? I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, back in the day. I mean, I even hate to go back to those days because I was such a youngster then. But if I can remember, if I can remember, I don't know, probably about 5. Yeah, about 5. Yeah. Not my best, not my best time of my life. I will agree. I was really lost. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. Right on, right on. Yeah, because Trump's a regular guy, just had to have some money. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You I mean, sooner or later, if you do something wrong, you get caught. I mean, sooner or later. Yeah. Well, okay, except for the documents, wait a minute, except for the documents, I would agree. He probably should have turned the thing back in, but he's not the only president that has access, that has documents after he left office. He's just not the Biden had, wait a minute. Biden had some at the college university where he worked when he was vice president. I mean, so top secret documents. Now, his problem was I will admit, I think Trump had a little bit more, too much arrogance, and I'm the vice I'm the president, and we all got rules to follow by. But nothing that he did. But yes, because they're part of the Trump family. Yes, they're picking on all of them. Yeah, 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 absolutely. Well, I think first of all, politics and just stealing is different. Okay, politics when one party can use our system. Well, I don't know if you broke the law. They used the RICO Act. Wait a minute. RICO Act was made for people who dealt drugs and made an empire of the things they did to sell those drugs. It was never meant for the president of the United States of America to be on a RICO Act because he called and said, I think I, but he didn't. He did. He made a phone call and says, I think I'm being cheated. No, no. Well, he was just trying to catch. He was just trying to catch me and tell me to put the other bicycle back and I'd throw it back on the floor. Listen, listen. I think he's been all right. I think he's been all right. But he's still all right. He behaved and got that money. That's right, brother. And I took the right choice. Anyway, gotta go. Good morning. Who's this? Yeah. Whoa, now don't be too on the butt. No, I have not. Fortunately, I have not. It's political. Everybody knows it's political. she thinks she thinks Stacey Abrams. I think it's her name. She yeah. I, yeah, I think she would. Yeah, if they're gonna do it to Trump, look like to me, she falls under the same uh, 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 law. Yeah, yeah. Most of us do. Yeah. Well, she got it in there. Yeah, nothing wrong with a big butt now. Come on now, let's not. Okay. Appreciate it. Yeah, yeah. Don't be talking about the butt. Now the butt's all right. The big butt's okay. That's a song called Big Butts. Okay, I'll play that next. I have to play that next. Good morning. Yes, sir, soldier. Outstanding. Oh, well, I'm glad you made it back. Fort Carson. Right. That's okay. Well, they'll probably change the name of that soon too. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. They really are. Yeah. I think they got some transgender stuff going on, you know? I think- yeah. Oh, whoa. Millions of dollars. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, yeah. Everybody knows it. Ukraine, they know it in Ukraine, everybody knows it. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think he is. Yeah. Although to be fair, I don't know when the last president actually ran this country. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you. Okay. Yeah. All right. Hey, appreciate it. Got to take a break. We'll be back after this. This is for commercial. And we'll be back.
Rights. You're advocating for issues that affect our neighborhoods. You're championing fair and equitable housing for all. Because we are realtors, bound by a code of ethics, driven to
Free
serve our
Trump.
communities. We're here for it all. Here for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job.
So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
With Bath Innovations Design Services, you can customize every detail of your bathroom remodel. Whether you're replacing a bathtub or converting to a shower, Bath Innovations has thousands of options. So bring your style and design the bathroom of your dreams. Contact us today at bathinnovations.com.
Paid for by ERC Business Solutions.
Attention business owners. Was your company impacted during COVID? If you had W-2 employees during 2020 and 2021, you may be entitled for up to $26,000 per employee through the Employee Retention Tax Credit Program. This is not a loan. You do not have to pay this back. The IRS paid back billions already. We've helped thousands of businesses just like yours, so let us help you. At ERC Business Solutions, we make it simple. We do it all for you, so you won't have to worry about the complex application process. There's absolutely no risk. If you don't get paid, we don't get paid. Most businesses do qualify, even those with no decline in revenues or those that already got PPP. Find out how much you can claim. There's no cost or obligation. A team of ERC specialists are awaiting your call. Call now at 888-449-3604. Get up to $26,000 per employee. Call 888-449-3604. 888-449-3604.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
All righty then. It is 7:45 in the morning. If you want to get in, 860-1440, or you can text me 241-9998. I got an interesting text here. Okay then. Let me see. Let's go back to phone. Okay, this guy right here. Or woman, whoever it is. Good morning. Yes, ma'am. Mhm. Oh. I'm coming. We got it. We got it. I just
Because he's not performing. No, he's not. No, he has not performed like he should. And why oppose folks when they're not performing? Okay, let's go.
all right, my dear. I appreciate it. Let me see who's next. Good morning. Yeah, this is E. You got time for harder, bro. Listen, I don't care what you call me. It don't bother me at all. I'm still going for Trump. Yeah, it don't bother me. Uncle, listen, in the barber shop, they call me Uncle Ruckus. Like I don't know what the hell that means. You know, so y'all don't bother me. I know it ain't, and I don't take it personal either. I don't. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Right. Well, and that may or may not be so. But again, for what the guy in the White House now has been accused of doing, what Clinton did. Well, wait. Oh, so we can always forgive that side, but we're going to get this side. Yeah. Okay. Exactly. That's the question we're asking. How come he done took money? He went overseas. Wait a minute. He went overseas in Ukraine, and what they tried to impeach President Trump for about using threatening, he threatened the Attorney General of Ukraine for not giving the money if they didn't fire him. That's against the law, and they don't. It's a two-tier system. Well, the Democrats in charge of it. I don't. Again, I don't know if it. Wait. Then again, I don't know if it didn't come up until after they tried to charge the president with the same thing. So hey, yeah, I ain't mad at you though. It's a two-tier system. Yeah, we need one more term. We need one more term, and then it'll be. Yeah, and the one there, man, they want the stupid guy. I appreciate it. It ain't personal. Yeah, we get. It's 7:51 in the morning, and good morning. Who's this? Pretty good. Pretty good. Right? No, what you having? Wait a minute. Now, he didn't say. Wait a minute. He didn't say. Wait a minute. In that statement you just told me, he didn't promise anything. Beneficial could be a theory, could be a philosophical advantage, not necessarily anything personal. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Now he actually asked for money. He's talking the majority of it. He actually asked for money. Yeah. Okay. Well, let me ask you a question. So I'm going to ask you a question. Again, I don't still see it reached the height of, but you don't think that the things they did in the name of COVID violated the Constitution of the United States in a myriad of ways? You don't, the Constitution, that way, you don't vote for the presidency for 30 days. That's not in the Constitution. That's not in the Constitution. In 1918, there was a pandemic that didn't change the rules of voting. Okay. Okay. Again, they did things. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you still there? Okay. They did things. They let people drop off ballots. Listen, they cheated that, man. I don't care what anybody says. So I guess the FBI and all the folks in this bill, I guess I went out here and get handcuffed because I still in my heart believe they screwed it. Absolutely. Well, if you're in a nursing home and somebody signs their name to a form, you have to get your vote good count. Okay. Hey, appreciate it. Let me take one because I'm running out of time. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, man. Mm. Historically, there have been many people accused and never found guilty. Yeah, it's politics, brother. It's politics. First of all, I don't think the states have any. I don't think the states have a right to do what they're doing. Why the hell are they a victim? They got the guy they wanted. He wanted to inquire about why the difference. Yes, yes, yes. Y'all cheated the guy. Atlanta, Georgia. Wait a minute. Atlanta, Georgia had some of the most quickest ballot harvesting that has been done in any place besides Philadelphia. They did it. I expect them to say that. Wait a minute, you cheating me. You're not going to tell me you cheating me. They didn't like Trump. The Republicans didn't like Trump. They've been paid off. They've been paid off. They've been paid off. Yeah, yeah. They paid off people. The Republican Party don't like Trump because he's not one of them. Listen, if you say wait a minute, if you tell me that he's a little bit uncouth and not very tactful, I would agree. But well, again, and those are Democrats too. Some of those are Democrats also. Yeah. Well, no. They was ready to throw out Clinton for turning the Oval Office into a pimp joint. Nothing reached nothing. Wait a minute. You impeached the guy twice on some lies. They impeached him. Mitch McConnell ought to go somewhere and go to sleep. Mitch McConnell sucked as a leader of the Republican Party. Yeah. And he didn't have nothing to do with what happened in January 6th. Not a thing. And they do that every day in the streets of America. I don't want to do that, you know. I gotta go. We'll be back. That would have hung the vice president. Come on, man. We'll be back. 1 more hour of this on the show. Trump owe me a check.
Home of the Danger Hero Show and heard on 95.1 ABC FM Montana. This is CBS News on the hour. Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. We begin in the Midwest, where severe thunderstorms are blamed for at least 5 deaths and 7 injuries.
The storms have left hundreds of thousands without power in Michigan and Ohio. They've also led to flash flooding. James Parker owns a bar in Cleveland.
We're talking about flooding in the street. The sewer is backing out. We're coming up over the sidewalk. We had a little bit of flooding with the drains, water coming back up to the drains and things like that.
Strong storms are now moving across West Virginia, heading for southwestern Virginia. From Priscilla, CBS News.
Just in from Maui, officials there have released a list of names of the 388 people still unaccounted for in this month's wildfires that devastated the historic town of Lahaina. 115 people are confirmed dead. Search and rescue teams are still sifting through the ashy debris, looking for human remains. Former President Trump is back at his golf club in New Jersey, hours after surrendering to face charges of election tampering in Georgia.
Well, it's taking place here with the travesty justice. We did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong.
He was fingerprinted and had his mugshot taken. Correspondent Nicole Killian from Atlanta's Fulton County Courthouse.
Former president already trying to capitalize on the moment, selling merchandise on his campaign website. And for the first time since being banned in January 2021, he returned to X, formerly known as Twitter. He posted his booking photo writing, "I will never surrender our mission," and included a link for contribution.
Nicole at the jailhouse. The Kremlin has yet to confirm Wagner mercenary leader Yevgeny Prigozhin was killed in a plane crash this week. But it is rejecting allegations Vladimir Putin was behind what U.S. intelligence concludes was an intentional explosion. Correspondent Deborah Papa at the Foreign Desk.
The one thing Vladimir Putin cannot forgive, he once said, is betrayal. The very word he used to describe Prigozhin's failed mutiny, it was treachery. Acknowledging the crash for the first time, Putin spoke of Prigozhin in a past tense yesterday.
The head of School Soccer Federation now claims a very public kiss on the lips was consensual and he's refusing to resign. CBS's Charlie Daga.
Spanish Football Association called the Extraordinary General Assembly response to the conduct of Luis Rubiales at the Women's World Cup final, confirming it had opened internal proceedings. We've seen grabbing player Jennifer Hermoso and kissing her on the lips in front of a global audience, something she said made her feel uncomfortable. Earlier, we've seen grabbing his crotch in front of the Queen.
That's from Hebrew Paragraph 19. This is CBS
Trump number 2.
With minimal effort and max speed with Indeed, an IT solution platform that helps you attract, review, and hire candidates efficiently with Indeed.com/credit.
My brother-in-law died suddenly.
And now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not get life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-330-1991. That's 1-800-330-1991. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-330-1991. SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercial.
The nation's top central bankers will huddle in Jackson Hole to discuss inflation and interest rates.
You might be right about that one.
Keeping a close eye on Wyoming, where the
Yeah,
Federal
you might be
Reserve is
right
holding
about
its
that one,
annual
Camilla.
economic conference with interest rate signals expected from there.
Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell is to address the annual gathering in Jackson Hole. While investors generally believe the central bank isn't inclined to raise interest rates further, it's far from clear that the Federal Open Market Committee is ready to declare mission accomplished in the battle against inflation.
That is Bankrate.com senior economic analyst Mark Hamrick. Tom Foti, CBS News, Washington.
New research finds a hyper-popular weight loss drug can do more than help you slim down. A study in today's New England Journal of Medicine finds Wegovy can also combat a common form of heart failure in obese people. After a year of injections, many patients reported less fatigue, shortness of breath, and the ability to walk longer distances. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Always be your base media buy. Research also confirms that marketing campaigns generate even higher returns.
The following is a public notice for business owners affected by COVID-19. Due to the recent extension of the employee retention tax credit, you may be eligible to receive compensation of up to $26,000 per employee on your payroll throughout 2020 and 2021. However, time is running out for you to apply for this credit. At ELC Business Solutions, we make it simple to encourage as many business people as possible to take advantage of this program before the window closes. A toll-free telephone number is established for you to rapidly check your eligibility. There are no application fees, and the average call takes less than 8 minutes. That number is 888-449-3624. 888-449-3624. See if you qualify.
Where is this, muchacho?
$26,000 per employee. If your names are 888-449-3624. Team ELC specialists are looking for you. 888-449-3624. Once again, 888-449-3624.
Tell you like it really is. It's the Don Bongino Show. Days from 11 to 2. News Radio 1440.
Okay, I have a message for somebody. Text me this message. I got to share it with my audience here. I think he's smacking at me too, but okay. Blacks are now legal scholars about federal law, but we're too dumb. We're dumbass to know about Act 618. Why didn't the same blacks call in know it was the city council that has the power and not the mayor? Why didn't they vote for black city council people, a person that would or could have changed things locally? Okay, I'm okay. Here's another. Here's another. Okay, here's another right there. Says, why black folks so engaged with Trump? How about me? Getting arrested or becoming president again when they have no control on national politics. And that's true. But we're so dumb and disinterested in the local city election where they have some say, but where the 65% of the population, but are 13% of the national population. So with 65% of the population of Montgomery and only 13% of the population nationally, we're more concerned with national politics than we are local ones. Okay. They said didn't vote or say a doggone thing. That's an interesting observation. That's true too. Although I did vote. I knew about 618. I knew what the power is, and but you can't talk to people who don't want to listen. So you know what with that? You keep moving. You can take water to the horse, but I can't make the horse drink that. Good morning. Who's this? Okay. But I'll let you keep calling back. Other people calling back, and then I'll be all screwed up again. Talk to the same people all morning long. We don't want to do that. But I hear you. I hear you. That's true. It's a county deal. Yeah, right. So it's not the state of Georgia at all. Good morning. That's you. It is. It's always been one. I'm on the bottom too. It ain't me. I can tell you. No. There's a two. Well, when you're rich, most of the time you don't get treated the way Trump been treated. This is. Oh, I'm not. Yeah, well, that's what I'm not. No, I'm not. That's why I try to stay out of jail. Well, that's why I try to stay out of jail. Y'all voted for him last time. Yeah. Yes. Even if he's in jail, if he's on the ballot, I'll vote for him. Then I will can pardon himself. We get good. We just get cheated. Yeah. Okay. We just got cheated in the name of COVID. If I can tell you that some of the things that were done, okay, it don't make no sense. In 1918, there was a pandemic in America, and it was an election year. They did not change the rules of the Constitution. Okay, when you vote for the now, I'm not going to be so bold as to say what some of my conservative friends. I'm not really a conservative. I'm more of a moderate. Some of my conservative friends say that the Democrats cheated. Well, they did in a way, but not necessarily 100% total. They voted for a month for the president of the United States. The Republicans said, well, we're just going to wait till election day. Okay, so that's like giving Alabama, okay, the ball on the 10-yard line, okay, headed into the end zone, and everybody else has to start back at the 20-yard line past the 50. So the chances of you winning against Alabama, it's already tough. But the chances of you winning when you give the ball to Alabama on the 10-yard line every time they won't score a touchdown. Okay, that's how they roll. Okay, well that's what they did in this race. They allowed things to go on that should have never constitutionally went on in that race in 2020, all in the name of COVID. I'm just saying, it was what it was. 860-1440. It's 12 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock. Good morning. Yes. That's right. Well, maybe cheat is a wrong word. Manipulate. Yeah, manipulate. They, right, right. Cheat is the wrong word. They just out the yeah. They didn't because the Republicans would, but they were too. They thought they was going by the Constitution. Right, right. Yeah, maybe that may be a little bit. Yeah. But now, when you bring in ballots at 12 o'clock at night, yeah, I mean, yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Uh, they did not like Trump. Let's just face it, he was not one of them. Yes. Yeah, they were the bougie Republicans. Well, they were the bougie Republicans. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Right. And that's how I know they cheated the guy. How you gonna get? You can't even get 10 people in a room to agree with God, who God is. You gonna get 60 courts? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Not in Philadelphia. Not in Philadelphia. No. Yeah. Yeah. But they were bougie Republicans, man. You know, they didn't like Trump either. They did. Yeah. Well, well, now you remember the White Sox scandal back in the day? They voted against. They betted against their own team. Yes, sir. Okay. Okay. That may be a little intellectually disingenuous. Uh, Manipulated. Okay, I'll use that word. Yeah, I'll use that word. Yeah, manipulated. No, I can't say they stole it. But let me ask you something. When you get to set the rules, wait a minute, when you, the party, get to set the rules against the other party, is that fair? Yes, sir. Yeah. But, but they bougie Republicans. The country club Republicans. Yeah. 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 It's all right now. Now, I don't think, I think he's a good man. I think he's a good man. I really do. And I think, right. And I think if that was his natural, honestly, if he honestly felt that way, I think he had a right to do what he wanted to do. But I don't know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'm saying a lot of the Republicans against him were bougie Republicans. Come on now, they didn't like him. Well, yeah, yeah, not a problem. I just want to get my man there. I'm ready to vote for the guy again. Because this country was in a hell of a lot better shape then than it is now. Good morning. Yeah. He out now. He left after half hour being. He was talking about scriptures and spent the night. Trump didn't do that. Well, he should have had some money. Who was that? Who was that? So why can Trump didn't take care of the brother? I'm gonna have to call him up. I got a cell phone number. Yeah, I got it. Right. Okay, listen, I okay, listen. A couple. Okay, 2 weeks ago now, I was at the table with Trump. So I couldn't call him. I got a cell phone. Yeah, I'm gonna ask him. Yeah, if we go to jail together, we get out together. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'll get out. But they treating Trump like he broke. Yeah, that wouldn't look it. But I don't understand. And this is a question I think everybody's wants. How can a county district attorney, okay, not the state of Georgia, a county district attorney indict the former president of the United States and his former and he was a federal employee for the most federal office. How the hell does that happen? He has a right to inquire. I don't believe him. 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 Yeah, I don't. Show me the video. Show me the video, and I'll believe it. Show me the video. I'll go. I'll go along with it. Show me the video. Yeah. Show me the video. Yeah, I won't call him in a few. I'm gonna call him in a couple of minutes here. Matter of fact, let me call the president right now. Okay, because I got his number. So let me see if I can call him. Okay. Mhm. Okay, can I get? I'm gonna see if he left the brother there. I don't know. Okay, let me see if I get him on the line. Okay. Uh, mhm. Okay, so they're not answering the phone. Okay, he's probably busy right now. So what we'll do is, yeah, we'll call him back. Okay, he's busy right now. So I'll call him back. That was Trump. That was the president's, former president's private cell phone number there. I can't tell you what it is, but he must be busy sleeping. He's probably tired. Let me go to a break, and we're going to be back right after this. Maybe he'll call me back during the break, and I'll let you guys know what he said about leaving the brother behind. Yeah, I don't like that part. Okay, here we go. What you want to do?
Montgomery's Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sun's Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio.
opportunity in one field day for community for your afternoon. It's News Radio 1470 all day. You're Kevin Elkins. Hey, when a restaurant closes, my reaction is, that's fine. But I would say, when regional banks close, or 3 of them close overnight, it freaks me out. This is why I have my own personal gold reserve, my personal protection fund. Call my friends at Oxford Gold Group. Call 833-404-GOLD. 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD. CPA, Truthful Health. Business owners and professionals face special challenges in work. They have to contend with allegations that they're claiming what they are. Claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets that come in on divorce with their skills in these matters. When you wake up and your mouth feels closed, you just can't breathe. You brush your teeth to get that clean, fresh feel again. That's millions of Leviathans feel when they use code. Once you're able to breathe easy, your mouth never let you know. That's why so many people rave about the body. 100 online reviews. Feel the Nevada difference for yourself. In less than a minute of play, you feel immediate relief from seasonal congestion and very quickly. Nevada also helps you sleep easy, feel less, and feel healthy naturally without price. Start breathing clearly again with Nevada. Nevada is available at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, CVS, Target, and online at Nevada.com. Nevada. N-A-V-A-D. Who knows healthy life? The voice of the conservative millennial.
Okay, we are back. Okay, I got the indictment in front of me. Too much stuff to read right now, but I'm calling Bravo Sierra on it. Okay, I'm calling that. Okay, I'm calling. That's my role. And I know when the Supreme Court, when it finally ever gets to the Supreme Court, I do not see the norm. If this is still the United States of America, if it is still now, if we have transferred a census, a political philosophy, and our Constitution to somebody else, then it may not be the America that I raise my hand and me and millions of other young men and women raise our hand to defend. Because if it's not that America anymore, then I'm done. Put a fork in it. You know, somebody turn off the lights on the way out. Change the sign on the door. Okay, because right now we are in a banana republic frame of mind. Okay, I'm just saying. That's why I'm looking at this. However, that's just me. You know, everybody has to think the way I think. You know, there are other things to talk about besides that. Again, I'm waiting for the next election. I'm on vote for Trump anyway. Now, there's one way. Okay, there's only one way I wouldn't vote for Trump. Now, there is a way. I take some other time. There's only one thing he could do that I would not vote for. Okay, one thing, because there's just some things I will not accept. Okay, but most everything else I negotiate. Anyway, so much for that. Let's move on to other things. Hey, took an opportunity yesterday and went over to what's the name is Capitol Heights Junior High School. Had an opportunity to meet the principal, Dr. Harrison, over there, and just had to go give my compliments to Ms. Graham and the principal for a little young man named his name is Tim Dick. And he goes to that school, nice kid. So listen, guys, we have got to figure out to do something for this child. Okay, I mean, you talking about a great kid that I never even thought existed anymore in public school. I didn't. And his mom and his dad was there picking him up. So I'm just telling you, we need to do something. We need to give him a ticket to something. Maybe something he wants to do or something like that. And Miss Graham, who's the math teacher over there, we need to get her something too. Okay, so y'all just figure it out. Give me some suggestions here, and let us do something for those. Because I got to tell you, it's hard to impress me. It really is. You know, I've heard it all. I've seen it twice. Been there 3 times. Okay, seen it 3 times. Been there twice. Whatever the case may be. So that little fella, and I love the principal over there. You know, Dr. Harrison. I just maybe there's a new horizon out there someplace that's going to really really help us. I mean, there are some students who you can't help. Okay, there's some students who cannot help. I understand that, but you still got to try. I got that. Okay. So anyway, so I'll make these some suggestions of what I should do for the teacher and the people. Let's see how to do something for him. Because he was listening and she would teach it. And I saw the evidence of it the other day in the school. So yeah, good morning to you over there in Capitol Heights. Good morning, Dr. Harrison. Keep up good work. You probably didn't know I was doing that. Excuse me. Oh, you probably didn't know I was doing it. Yeah, he probably didn't. Okay. Anyway, 860-1440 is the number here. I'm glad it's Friday. Good morning. Who's this? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what woman is in? Oh, Haley? Nikki, listen, I like it. I like it. And I heard it. I like it. She got it set on. And but I also like how do you pronounce that guy's name? Was Swami or whatever his name is? I like him too. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. But Haley, Haley is a tough cookie. Yeah, I mean, she's just a woman. I don't know if I could vote for a woman for president, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, but I would certainly consider her. I mean, now if you're gonna be tough, then I'm with you. But if you're gonna be a wuss, I can't do you. I can't go with you. But like Trump's tough. That's why I like him. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. Mm. Mhm. So you think we all should be in like okay? So okay? So you think that all the old folks now should be over in Serenity Gardens? That's true. But we don't want women. We don't want them just to be young. If they're young, mature, and using logic and reason, I'm with you. Yeah. 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 We don't want them just to- yeah. But you're right. And I found out the other day, and I found out that you were right, right. And that's why I decided that to retract my or willingness to run for office, because in 4 years from now, if I live and nothing happens, I'll be 70. I mean, I'll be ready to, think about going fishing or something. I don't be bothering nobody. Yeah, so I'm not. Yeah, yeah. Mhm. Yeah, well, I understand, but anyway, I do think there's an age where you need to sit down and counsel, and you don't need to be in office. Uh, Now, most people don't have the stamp. Now, except me, I'm like an anomaly. I got energy and huh? I probably will. All right, appreciate your call there. Yeah, but I'm an anomaly. I can get up every morning. I hit the floor, jump up, hit the floor, bam, and I'm ready to go do my calisthenics. Call cadence to the neighborhood. We run a 1 mile PT in the morning before I come to work. So yeah, I'm good. But I'm an anomaly at 66 years old. I got the body of Adonis. As a matter of fact, okay, I may not have the body of Adonis, but I can think that if I want to. But one thing I did learn about Trump yesterday surprised me. Trump is only 215 pounds. That boy must got some muscles on all them long suits that he be wearing. I mean, he seemed to be in good shape. 215 and he's 6'3". Man, that's a. I mean, I weigh 195. I mean, come on now, but he's in good shape, so right on. But he may have thought. I'm not saying it. He may have thought that he may be in jail for a couple of minutes, so he may have to whoop on somebody, and so he just got himself in shape. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I like him. He was preparing for the worst, but hoping for the best. And he was at 215 and 6'3". Yeah, he could open can of whoop ass on somebody. That's what I'm talking about. But they better do it quick, because Good morning. Yes. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. But now old folks got to pay old folks got to pay their share too. Now, well, we can be by guiding the young people, but they got to be willing to listen. Well, now you're right. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you might be right about that. If you don't want my counsel, you don't want my money. If you don't want to listen to me, you don't want my money. Yeah, I'm with you. I'll run that by the mayor. If he can just leave us out of it. Yeah. 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 What's that? Yeah. Yeah. Well, leave the mayor alone. Now he's trying to do the best he can. I mean, I think we're in good shape with him. Yeah. Yeah, joking. Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I am right. And that that's because that's why I am not only the mayor of the airways, I am the ambassador of truth. Okay. All right, appreciate it. Yeah, I am the ambassador of truth. Okay. What is truth? What is real? Not what you think it is, not what you want it to be, Not what somebody told you it is, but what it is. What you can feel, touch, and see. Okay, I'm just saying. Yeah, that's it. I'm the bachelor. Okay, I don't mind joining another nonprofit, and that will be the Ambassador of Truth. Okay, that's me. All right. Anyway, did you hear about the young lady in Dothan? And I don't quite understand this. She had a child at home, and she put the child in a trash compactor. Now, I realized that young lady, she was 18 years old, was scared. But nobody told her she could turn the baby right to the hospital. She didn't even have to bring the baby home. You know, we become so comfortable with death because all we hear about it all the time. That I guess she didn't think right. I mean, you've got to be really scared to do something like this. I don't know why she could be arrested already. But you know, do these young ladies know that you don't have to keep the child? You certainly don't have to kill the child, and you can leave the child. I think we got up to I don't know how many hours. We got I think 72 hours after that child is born to either hand it into the hospital, whatever the case may be. And if you just don't feel like you want to be a mom or a dad or whatever the case may be, you know, turn the child in. They made a law a couple of years ago that allows you to do that. So, don't kill the child. So that's it. There's one thing about Ronald Reagan said. Ronald Reagan said everybody that's for abortion is alive. So you know, evidently, I think the police are searching for the homicide case that happened earlier this month, where a man was found burned alive or burned to death in his car. So I don't know. I saw that. Here's one that the National Business League is setting up shop in Tuskegee, a city that don't hardly have any businesses, as they work to support Black-owned businesses across the country. Well, first of all, help Tuskegee. Okay? Help Tuskegee. Before you go outside in other parts of the world, help Tuskegee. Help Tuskegee. Yeah, help them get a place in Selma. We don't need to worry about the rest of the world. We need to help our own folks right here. So help Tuskegee and Selma, and show me what you got. Show me what you can do. Okay? The National Business League is setting up shop in Tuskegee as they work to support Black-owned businesses across the country. Listen, show me what you can do right there. A ribbon cutting ceremony held the other day to mark a new chapter in the organization. It is relocating its national headquarters from Washington to the Tuskegee History Center. Founded by Booker T. Washington on August 23rd, 1900, the National Business League is the first and largest organization for Black businesses in the country. It offers initiatives, resources, and services. If it ain't offering money, I don't know what good they're going to do. Okay. Good morning. Who's this? Right. Mm-hmm. I would agree. I don't know how you. I mean, we got churches, we have schools. They teach sex ed and all that stuff. And I hear what you're saying from the moral standpoint, but I got to tell you, as one of the biggest sinners in the world, you can teach that there are going to be young men and women who have sex, and I do believe you must teach them the consequence of that if you don't protect them. They're going to do it. They've been doing it since the days of Moses and before. they're going to keep doing it. We can give them information, like you said, but at the end of the day, sometimes the head is not paying attention like it should. Mhm. 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 Right. Okay. Well, well, that's true too. Sometimes we don't want the answer, so we don't ask the question. I totally agree. Yeah, 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 right, right. Okay. Hey, I appreciate you calling. Thanks a lot for chiming in this morning. Here's one more thing before I go to my last break of the hour. Percy Julian High School needs to take down the Lee High School sign. And we got all this hell about renaming that school, and you still got it up there. So some of that Board of Education, again, if you went through all that crap, taking it down, and what I want to see is a difference coming out of that school. I don't really care what's on the outside, but since you got a new name on it, can we get a new? Can we get? Because sometimes I can't pronounce. I can't pronounce it. But Percy Julian High School needs to take down the Lee High School sign. Okay, if they're not going to take it down, then at least cover it up or paint it or something. Okay, I'm just saying. If my son goes there, I don't want him to be confused when he walk out the door. It's called PC. What's it? PJ High School now. P something. And now he come out and he see it says Lee. So now, what's the name of that high school? Is it Lee High School, which is always new to me, or is it Percy Julian High School? We need to know which one it is. So for those who listen, if the Board of Education would like to text me something or let me know 241-9998. Is that something that is being undertaken, or did y'all forget? I'm just asking a question. Well, let's take it down. Let's take it down. And y'all raised all that hell, you stole the horse from outside, and you still got the same name. Come on, baby. And I guess they're not the lead generals anymore, so maybe maybe they're the. Well, no, what are they gonna do? Well, make it something classy. Make it something classy, okay? That's all I'm saying. Okay, make it classy. I'm gonna take my last break an hour. We'll come back. So anybody, when you go by there, just stop by the school and tell them when they're gonna change that name. I'll call the Board of Education. You raise all that hell about changing the name. Okay, paying all that money to change the name. $25,000, I think it was. So that's what the name that we paid for. Well, I actually didn't pay for it, but yeah, give the people their money's worth. We'll be back.
Because let's move that into this is the way God will ever do them. You can't tell your family private. You can make that. Now, a CEO and founder of Western Financial Group 10 years ago started helping folks cancel retirement. In the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation. Timeshare is a great thing to do because you can't tell the difference. Or when it's going to be, you put in a place that the amount they want to pay to make it and a assessment fee. That's the thing it's never in. Even when you got your family's now going to stuff that goes, people saying that it's not. If we take it, I guarantee what happens is you pay nothing. Call for free information. Rate 462-3333. That's rate 462-3333. Rate 462-3333. Finding great chance. Relax, find a needle in the but not with the ZipRecruiter. It's powerful technology actively funds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of pay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get quality candidates within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
My name is Dale Kaczynski, and this is how I love humanity. I volunteer with United Way, in my community, are teaching computer skills and helping them build a basic resume to save on the very own USB drive. It's huge when somebody says, "Hey man, the job that you helped me apply for, I got it." My name is Dale Kaczynski. I help people achieve financial independence. So I don't just work at church, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, living right, go to work in the government, achieve by United Way and Ad Council.
I love playing high school sports. I love the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, all the pageantry, and I wanted to keep playing. But I graduated. No colleges called, and neither did the pros. So, to stay close to the game I love, I decided to become a high school official. A referee. When I played high school sports, I learned the importance of integrity, good sportsmanship, and respect for the rules. Now, as a high school official, I get to help model these same values to others. Maybe the colleges and the pros didn't call, but the kids in Alabama did. And now, I'm enjoying the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, and all the pageantry of high school sports all over again.
This message presented by the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
Chinese, the Russians, don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 1440.
Hey, I'm filling in there. Let me get a phone and people wait for it. Good morning, who's this? Hello? Yes. Yes, what you gonna call me back? What you call me back for? See, that's why I can't do that one. You got 30 seconds, quick. What's the next question? I know. So I know. What's the next question? Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Good morning. Who's this? Y'all gonna make me disconnect. Think of all that I need to do. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Ray. Yeah, well, yeah. Go ahead. Well, now that is an opinion. That is an opinion, and that's everybody. I mean, people are entitled to their opinion, so that's true. Mhm. No, I said what? No, I asked her. No. I didn't say nothing about that's what she. I asked her what can she do that the current probate judge isn't already doing. That's what I asked. Yeah. No. I think it's I think it's a Herculean task to run against JC. But listen, she thinks she can do it, so everybody's got the right. Nobody owns the offices. But again, I just want to. I'm tired of voting people out of office just because we don't like something. A couple of them out there, but I think JC's doing a great job. So I don't. Again, though, but she has a right to run. And I'll probably be talking to her again. Yeah. No, I didn't say that. I don't go by color thing anyway, so I don't care about that. Yeah, yeah, and I appreciate it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I believe it. Yeah, I believe it. I didn't like that. Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Year before I was born, you had to take a test. Wait a minute. You had to take a test for what? I don't take. I don't take no test. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Right, right. Mm. Yeah, and lost their mind. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to finish this next time. Mr. Hill called early because my time is up. The call early. Well, I'll have to see the VIP line or something. Okay, time's up. I gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. All right. See you Monday. Good luck. And don't forget next week. Whenever I tell you that next week, right? We're about to see it.
The first time in history, a former U.S. president had a mugshot. When President Donald Trump turned himself into Georgia, he was indicted on 13 felony charges. He was trying to overturn the 2020 presidential election. Trump was released on a $200,000 bond. He opened mugshot. After meeting, was never surrendered. High school football is back. And the two women's school games have reached the first Saturday from theater. Speaking of football, college color band Alabama reached the KIV made the announcement to help the students and mascots from all over the 14 states and universities and colleges. Next September 1st, to wear their favorite college color. Afternoons on this Friday.
News Radio 1440 WLWI AM, the home of Sean Hannity, also on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, Alabama. A Cumulus Media Station.
The people are happy with it, let's have something to look into, and that is Medicare. If you could switching to Medicare to paper healthcare can save many families up to $500 a month. And that is huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch too. The member satisfaction rate for Medicare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. Medicare works too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have spared more than $5 billion of the covered bills. People love having telehealth and huge nation for PPO networks. So, yeah, well, you can see it's really